Uh, when we talk about be nice to our friend. I love it when I see one of you guys say that in the chat or whatnot. It's like I can do stupid things, but I'm not stupid. Um, I can do idiotic things, but I'm not an idiot. And it's okay to recognize when something is wrong, but not to don't beat yourself up about it. And I think this is a reel that speaks to that. So let's listen to this, and then we'll talk briefly about it.
It's very healthy to have an inner critic, but it's also there's the golden rule, and then there's the platinum rule, right? There's the treat others as you want to be treated, and then there's the treat yourself as you treat others. Most people are very kind. Like, you're nicer to me than you are to yourself. Like, if you said the shit you say to yourself to me, we wouldn't be friends. And I think that thing of like the inner critic has to be, it's as long as it's process driven, I think it's very, very healthy. It's like imposter syndrome. It's, okay, feel like an imposter for a while. As long as you can get that to a granular level where it gives you something to work on. Like, the inner critic can't just be like, that's bad. It's got to be, oh, that didn't work, so we need to change it. Or that one's not going to work, so we're going to write something new. It's got to be something that's like you're working towards something. You're aiming up. And I think criticism is very important.
And I love that because I love the idea of we shouldn't be scared by criticism, and we should encourage criticism from ourselves, from anybody else, but it should be working towards something. And you don't always have to be working towards something, but if there's criticism, the criticism should be working towards something. The criticism should be, we've got to change, or this has to change, or the approach has to change, or we've got to work on this. We have to fine tune something. Something here isn't working because we're not getting what we want. We're not going where we want. We're not headed where we want. It's okay to beat yourself up a little bit. I think it's healthy. Remember, we can't just put ourselves into a bubble. Life happens. We want to make ourselves comfortable, and we want to make ourselves easy. But life's gonna life, as we talk about, and there are times where you got to go through things. But if and when the criticism comes, it should be result focused, problem solving focused, should be oriented towards what can we do, how can we do, and not you're dumb, you fucked up, you ain't gonna get it right. It's defeatist, it's unhealthy, it's rude to yourself. Like we said, you gotta. I like that, the golden rule and the platinum rule, and because platinum's typically going to be higher or better, and I like that because we've had some other memes too that have talked about that. Well, we had the Mel Robbins one not too long ago. Where was it? When you love yourself, you glow from the inside. You attract people who love, respect, and appreciate your energy. Everything starts with how you feel about yourself. And I think that's, oh, it's so true, man. It's so true. I gotta like myself. I gotta be nice to myself, and I gotta realize I'm a human, going through a human experience, and everybody else is too. Everybody else has got things they're strong at. Everybody else has got things they're weak at. Everybody's got things they are totally ignorant of. Everybody's got things they are darn near experts on. And that's magical. That's amazing. And I think, our goal, of course, is to find something we're passionate about, whether it be a job, a hobby, a side project, whatever it is, that we can find a why. But in the meantime, it is super easy to find things that don't work. I love the old adage of how do we make good decisions from experience? How do we get experience from bad decisions? And I think, when you look at criticism as a chance for growth, and we talk about that as when you're uncomfortable, or when you have a failure, or when you have something that doesn't work out, or when you start beating yourself up. How do we learn? What did we learn? What can we learn? What can we do? And if we are focused on that way, then A, it was a worthwhile experience. B, we turn the whole thing around into a net positive, or at best a net neutral, rather than a defeatist, deflating, and negative practice. And remember, it's because the other adage that we talk about of practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanent. And so if you practice beating yourself up, you will always want to lean towards beating yourself up. And when we make changes, it's okay if it doesn't happen overnight. When you've been beating yourself up for decades, you're going to fall into it. And that's where we have friends, right? When I'll say something like, oh man, I'm stupid. And somebody will say, be nice to our friend. And it's a reminder that, no, that was a stupid thing. I shouldn't do that. That's okay. I can do stupid things. I'm pretty good at them sometimes. But the goal is to practice a better way of treating myself, and practicing a better way of treating my friends, and everything that I come in contact with, so that we can make that permanent, and that our criticism can therefore be useful instead of a defeatist practice. Need the reminders that we do. Annie's such a good, positive, wonderful person, and she said she was saying something recently, and it was like, half of this is gone or whatever, and I said that means you still have half. And she's like, yeah, I got to remember, I got to be nice to myself, And it was nice for me to be able to see that, and to be able to be a friend to her, It was a good moment for both of us, I think. And so I need that too when I get those reminders, or when I get into that headspace, And so be a friend when you see somebody beating themselves up. But before that even happens, be a friend to yourself. And when you want to criticize yourself, take it. But take it to do something with it. Otherwise, it's worthless. I hope you had a good time today, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. As long as I can get my stuff done, we're going to do a day stream tomorrow before I got to head out of here. Regardless, we will be back on Monday and Tuesday, and then Friday for our charity stream. What I need you to do in the meantime is get the good sleeps, eat the good foods, try to do a good deed every day. Don't get caught doing it. If you expect anything in return for your love or your generosity, it's just a transaction. And let's try not to be transactional in our relationships. But you can't pour from an empty cup. So feed yourself physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. I love you. I'll see you. Maybe tomorrow. Bye.